following is your opening contest. It is a singles match set for one fall.
All right, here we go, Biz. We're going to start things off.
Texas. He is the sweet Hispanic boy, Antonio San Francisco, ASF.
There we go, Biz. We're going to start things off hot and heavy here. The temperatures have dropped in Houston, but we're going to start things off hot. We've got ASF coming out first for our opening contest. ASF here sponsored tonight, coming to the ring. He's sponsored by Wrestle Rave, one of the best young competitors on the Texas independent scene, and what a no better way to start our new Texas Pro Wrestling here tonight at Houston Premier Arena.
Absolutely, live from the Premier Arena, back in Botchestown, and the sweet Hispanic boy, ASF.
One of the most impressive young competitors I've ever seen here in Houston. Had put on a barn burner a couple of weeks ago in this very arena. Can't wait to see what he does tonight.
And speaking of this very arena, this very town.
Yeah, you can't think of anybody who's more synonymous with Houston than this guy. I don't think I've seen anybody have more matches in this arena alone than the guy who's about to be coming through that curtain.
There's just something special about Gino in Houston.
Yeah.
Something about Gino, special about Gino and overall, but in Houston, there's just nothing else like it.
And you can tell based off of the reaction that he gets every time he walks through that curtain. Gino Medina, sponsored here tonight by @Panda Comet. He is
Gino Medina.
untouchable, is right.
It is a cold and rainy night in Houston, Texas, but it is on fire inside this arena.
Every single time Gino Medina steps in here, you get something special. It's not often that you see him opening up the show, but it makes it hard for anyone to follow him. So good luck to every other competitor on the card tonight, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. Good luck to us in this match.
Yeah, good luck to us trying to keep up with this one. This one's going to be fast-paced. This one's going to be a lightning storm of lucha libre action, I can tell you that much.
ASF just one of the smoothest athletes there is going right now, and Gino Medina is born into this sport. I'm gonna call it right here. This is gonna be some pure lucha libre action. Not my strongest suit, so I'm gonna sit back and enjoy quite a bit of the action. We're gonna call it as best we can.
Usually whenever I get tasked with calling a lucha libre contest, the best I can do is kind of sit back and appreciate the artistry that's being put on display. And whenever you've got two competitors like Gino and you've got ASF, two guys that, like you said, are just smooth and crisp in the ring, you look at the technique that they are putting on display here.
It's basically art. It's moving art.
It is, and both of these guys have studied each other very, very well. They know exactly what they're getting into when they step between the ropes with one another. Gino, an experienced technician. ASF, a young technician in his own right. You look at them just jockeying for position here, looking to see who can gain the upper hand in this in the opening moments of this contest. And there you can see ASF trying to maintain that wrist control as effectively as he can.
The obvious here is going to be that Gino's going to have the size advantage. I think ASF is probably a step quicker. I think it's fair to say.
That would be fair to say, but then again, Gino is not a slouch in the speed department.
No,
just because he's a larger individual doesn't mean that he isn't quicker than a hiccup whenever he wants to be.
Extremely agile, extremely smooth in and of his own right.
Yeah, there's not a wasted movement from Gino.
ASF just asked if he wants to see him break his wrist, and that surprised me a little bit here. You know, that's one thing about New Texas I have to say. The competition level is always there. They don't hold anything back. As soon as I see a matchup like this where I think it's going to be catch as catch can, sportsmanship, handshakes, and all that stuff, somebody goes out and tries to break somebody's wrist. So here we are.
Well, you look at a competitor like Gino, as technically sound as he is, as crisp as he is, he also will take an inch if you give it to him.
If he needs it, yes, he will. Yeah, I mean, you look at the background, Gino being the second-generation wrestler, also Booker T, and then ASF down in Laredo with Daga. Very, very prime technical backgrounds for both of these guys.
Yeah, both of these guys have studied under different tutelages. They have different backgrounds, and they complement each other very, very well. As we see the bridge there, Gino trying to break it up. Gets a 2 count.
You mentioned it earlier, Gino not being afraid to take that inch if he needs to.
ASF also not afraid to go for these innovative techniques here. He's going to utilize that speed and that agility every chance that he gets, and you can see the audience right here in Houston Premier Arena very appreciative of the effort that he's putting in early in the contest.
It will be interesting to see if Gino breaks Rudo, if this lingers on longer than he is comfortable with.
Yeah, we've seen Gino go to that well before. I would not be surprised to see him go there tonight.
And Gino's a guy. He's had incredibly long title reigns in this area, in this state, and you have to think he's just a few wins away from getting right back up there in New Texas Pro, getting a shot at either one of the main titles here.
Yeah, after that absolutely brutal fight that he had with Aaron Mercer in that ladder match not even a month ago, you have to imagine that he wants to climb his way back to the top, and he can prove himself against a young talent like ASF.
Yeah, ASF is on the lips of a lot of people right now. His name.
As well he should be, looking at that, taking Gino to the outside.
This is what it's all about, what do you follow up with? Absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful, beautiful moonsault to the outside from ASF. Sends Gino to the floor.
Outside moonsault, beautiful, a thing of beauty.
And you can tell that it's taken quite a bit out of ASF as well. Those high-risk maneuvers are nothing to joke about.
Yeah, that's what he's got to hit, though. He's going to have to connect on a long shot here, I think, just to compete with Gino's size and his experience.
Yeah, so if ASF wants to have any chance of walking away with a victory, he's got to pull out all the stops against Gino. You don't half-ass a victory against someone like Gino Medina.
No, absolutely not, especially not in this town. He may be knocked out, I agree.
Gino wisely taking advantage of every second the ref is willing to give him on the outside.
Oh!
And there's one of those stiff chops.
Vicious.
Gino, we talked about being a technician. There's nothing technical about that. That's just a hard hit.
That's striking 101.
And the crowd is calling for Otra, but I'm not sure that ASF would really like Otra. Gino go for the cover.
That's another one for the folks in non-Spanish speaking regions. I think that's a loose translation then.
It's a very loose translation. Gino hitting hard here. That knee lift, driving the air out of ASF. ASF, as we said, relying a lot on that speed. But if you can't breathe, you can't move. And if you can't move, you cannot beat Gino Medina.
No, not at all. Has him in the corner. Yep. And he's just picking him apart now.
Yeah, he wants to take him apart at the diaphragm and make sure he can't breathe. Hard slam, drives him down to the mat. Now Gino asking the referee to ask if ASF wants to continue, but I don't think ASF has an ounce of quit in him.
And that's a little interesting. That slam there, not something that you usually see in pure Lucha Libre matches, but of course, getting a little bit of that hybrid action here tonight.
Gino definitely a hybrid athlete, somebody who has so many different backgrounds. He can hit you with just about anything that he can pull out of his back pocket at any time.
This crowd's behind ASF, I'll tell you what. For moves just like that. Oh.
ASF, no slouch in the striking department himself, bouncing off the ropes.
All the way up. Poison Rana, nope, catches him. Oh, off into the ropes.
Gino hitting him with a slingshot and then a leg drop. Goes for a cover 1-2. Not enough to put ASF away yet.
Gino's had quite the conversation with the referee here tonight.
Gino is a talkative individual. I'm surprised that he has time or the wherewithal to carry on these conversations with the official during a matchup. It's almost as impressive as his repertoire in the ring.
Now just stomping away at ASF.
Yeah, Gino definitely trying to make a statement here, and that statement is, I am Gino Medina.
Like a raging bull, man.
Yeah, if you piss off Gino Medina, you're going to be on the receiving end of some violent blows.
I think this crowd chanting ASF and the support he's getting is a little red handkerchief, if you will.
Yeah, you don't need to antagonize this particular bull. Gino does not need a reason to be pushed over the edge.
And looky there, he's kneading into the ribs, which is not going to help ASF breathe any easier.
Yeah, he's really wrenching in that abdominal stretch. You can see that he's putting pressure now on the neck, making it very hard for ASF to breathe.
Yeah, this could not go much worse for ASF right here. Gino's in a dominant position, able to control ASF from these. I like that though. Very nice.
Again, ASF using that speed advantage.
And now he's off to the races again. Can he hit it? The power of Gino. Oh, caught himself though. Keep an eye on ASF. Up and over. Grabs the waist lock. That was the back of the elbow, man, right in the jaw.
Yeah, Gino needs to catch himself before he catches another one of those.
He's not only caught himself, he's also caught ASF on the top rope here. And that is nowhere.
That is not where you want to be.
Comes back down. Oh! Very nice. Powerbomb.
ASF works his way out of it, reverses into a powerbomb, and now both men are down. Whatever effort he put into that took everything out of ASF.
Yeah, and that's the work that Gino put in the ribs in the midsection. Listen to this crowd in Houston, Texas, of all places.
And you know that's got to be getting inside the head of Gino Medina. It's not something that he's used to, hearing somebody else's name chanted when he is in the ring. It's
like the Rockets getting booed at home, man. But this sweet Hispanic boy, I tell you what.
Well, I tell you, this season that actually makes sense.
Well, fair.
And now ASF going up top. What's he going to try here?
Oh! 450 cut nothing but knees.
But still not enough to put him away.
And he got it up in the throat and the chin region there. I think if he had landed on the ribs like that one did, that may have been it. Scoops him up. Bent in half, slams him down.
That's got to be it.
Got to be academic after that.
2, 3.
Very nice. Valiant effort from ASF.
The winner of this match, Gino Medina.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from ASF. That was an amazing contest. A young performer gives it everything he can. But Gino Medina comes out on top here tonight.
Man, he got some good offense off. He shot his shots, but when Gino's on, man, there's nothing quite like it. He's saying to cut the music.
Yeah, Gino's telling Technical to cut the music.
He knows. He knows how talented ASF is.
Gino extending a hand to ASF in a show of sportsmanship here.
Yep, very good to see.
And that's what you want to see, two young performers embracing, showing the sportsmanship that this sport can present here at New Texas Pro Wrestling. 25 lighters here tonight as Gino makes his way out of the ring to a chorus of applause from the audience here tonight.
I think we're going to try to get a second here with Gino if we can.
Gino Medina, great match tonight against ASF. What a way to kick off things. Is there anything going through your mind right now?
Listen, the reason why I love Texas so much is because we got guys like ASF, Mysterious Q, Brian Keith, Roxy, Hayat, Aaron Mercer, you name them. But I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired like acting like I'm not the best. Because everybody here knows that I am the best. The best in Texas. I don't need any titles. I don't need any main events. I don't need any names because I'm the name around here. Gino Medina. Gino! Was in competition. I won the challenge. And I heard this December, Daniel Garcia's coming to Texas, huh? So Daniel, wherever you are watching this, if you want the best, you're looking at it. You're looking at Fino, Divino, Gino, El Intocable.
Gino Medina just called out Daniel Garcia.
Yes, he did.
And if you want to talk about a match that these people want to see,
Let's
that is it right
get
there.
pen to paper.